Role modeling is how an individual or group of individuals create something like a reference point structure around another individual. Political role modeling is vital to how the political society is structured. Political role modeling is about what? First of all, what is role modeling? Role modeling is how an individual or group of individuals create something like a reference point structure around another individual, so much so that their own choices, preferences, perception of development, what psychologists may call aesthetics, they actually associate with a particular figure. And in that sense, before you know it, it blossoms out into society. On the international scene, it must not be perfect. Old Chinese society, was built around Mao Zedong. What's the pronunciation? Basic Chinese phonetics is Mao Zedong. But we, over here, we call it Mao Zedong. What is Zedong? It's about how this sage created something like a rumpus around Chinese society by telling the world that a classless society would be better for humanity because it will ensure that you don't have inequality, you don't have crises, you don't have chaos, turmoil and all sorts of problems that come with class structures. So political role modeling, you now wonder what kind of impact, what kind of significance does it have for the growth and development of society? It does have a lot of significance and impact, because when a particular individual is able to decide how the system, the rhythm of decision making, association, because politics is about aggregation of interests, how aggregation of interests should bring about a desirable political order. Don't really talk about political order. Political order is simply the aggregation of the constituents of a political system, in which case there are what we call relationships between such constituents to make for what? Healthy development, healthy growth. So political role modeling plays an important role in shaping the development process in contemporary society. It has always done so in past societies. There's no way you write the history of the world without looking at how such a world has preceded the present. Walter Rodney said, because the past, the present, and the future are a kind of an interrelationship, that is what we refer to as dialectics. So let us be mindful of one thing. Political role modeling is vital to how the political society is structured, how the political society is run. And like I told you, it's about political role modeling is how individuals build and develop their preference structures, the priority scales, what economists call, scale of preference, how they develop scales of preference around their own intentions, what they intend to do based on their careful study of another individual or set of individuals. Be very mindful of the Awolowo factor in political role modeling. On the local scene, we cannot dismiss the pivotal role of personalities, political personalities, like Senator Ifeanyi Arthur Okowa, a medical doctor, a physician, who built something like an armada of followers because he has always been seen as a role model. Why? Role modeling exhibits rare leadership traits, and they form like they create a kind of a magnetic pull on others. Okowa that I mentioned is much more than a phenomenon. The Niger Delta political process and all others. So you may wonder, how has role modeling? Is it just an academic thing, an academic exercise? It's far from academics. It is beyond an academic exercise. It's about creating and conceptualizing a society around an individual, and how that individual's influence blossoms into a vast role structure, so much so that years after an individual has left this physical world, there's a lot of influence. Watch it. Political role modeling is pivotal to the development of the political system.